Well, we're back again. The SNMA 2017 National Conference with AT Still University students. My name is Clinton Normore. I'm the Associate Vice President for Diversity and Inclusion at the university. We have two campuses. We have a campus in Kirksville, Missouri, and a campus in Mesa, Arizona. AT Still University has six schools, and more than 23 programs on each of our campuses. With me is Babajide, who represents one of those schools, and I'm in a minute going to have him introduce himself and talk a little bit about how he got to that school, and then I'll ask him some questions about his experiences on that school. But first, to learn more about AT Still University, visit our website, www.atsu.edu/diversity. You can find all of our contact information. You can learn more about our schools and our programs and about the climate there and how you can see yourself at AT Still University. Babajide, thank you so much for taking time out of your day and this conference to come and have a conversation with me and our audience about life at AT Still University.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure.
Okay. Would you tell the audience how you arrived at AT Still University? Tell a little bit about yourself.
Okay. All right. My name is Babajide Adio. I'm originally from Nigeria. I moved to the United States about 8 years ago. Went to school went to Truman State University in Kirksville, Missouri, and after that I came to AT Still in Kirksville. So I remained in Kirksville.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Nigeria is a very big place. And I'm sure you remembered the experiences in Nigeria
Yes.
Before you came to the United States.
Yes.
And, to Truman. Truman's in a small rural town of 17,000 people. Folks out there might say, I can't see myself on a campus in a small rural town of 17,000 people. But you're there, you have been there. What is that like?
Actually, I used to get that question all the time when I started college. Why Kirksville? Why did you move to Kirksville? And I even got the same kind of question when I remained in Kirksville for medical school. I come from Ibadan. That's the city in Nigeria. It's pretty large. It's an underserved, underrepresented kind of population. So when I came to Kirksville, it was a little different. It was a smaller town. I was expecting to see skyscrapers, tall buildings. But to my surprise, it was, a rural. It was rural Missouri. But the people were really nice. I think I really got to know the people, and I think my extracurricular activities and in college really helped me network and really reach out in the community. So, in undergrad, I reached out, did volunteer work, and actually shadowed at the hospital, which was kind of affiliated or associated with AT Still at the time.
Right.
So I kind of got to experience that kind of life from a distance. I really enjoyed the way the DO, the osteopathic physicians worked on patients. It kind of reminded me of back home, where you kind of take a step back, look, um, not just all right. We have to give them medicine, just aggressive. Really emphasizing the importance of preventive medicine. So that really, stood out to me, and I was like, okay, this is the kind of medicine I want to practice. So that part was there, and then just in a town of about 17,000 people, to be honest, you're gonna have to make things happen for you. Really make it your own thing. So I always just volunteered. Went down to the Salvation Army, Hope Kitchen, and really got involved with different organizations to make that happen.
And I'm glad you said that, because most young people really don't find themselves comfortable putting themselves outside of that box, getting out there. You know, one of the things we talk about at AT Still University is cultural proficiency. Cultural proficiency is a way of being which enables one to respond appropriately in different cultural settings. And I thank you for Babajide pronunciation of your name. I've always said Babajide, but I do have some kudos at first because people were calling you BJ.
Right,
remember?
Right,
and I was trying to pronounce your real name, trying to put myself in an appropriate cultural setting. So I apologize for doing it wrong, and I will pronounce it the right way going forward. But nonetheless, getting outside that comfort zone is part of being culturally proficient because that's where you learn. Mm-hmm. And one thing I've noticed about you, by the way, Babajide is in his 4th year, and unfortunately he's not living in Kirksville right now. He's on rotation, in his rotations in Michigan. So he is about to start his residency. Congratulations.
Thank
real
you.
Soon. And I applaud him for that. But having known you now for almost 3 years and working with you, one thing I learned right away was that you were that kind of person that would also engage on campus. You were that kind of person that would also create opportunities and access for everybody to learn more about different cultures. Talk to us about those experiences.
Okay, so I remember, starting at ATSU Still as a first-year medical student. It was definitely a different experience. Just like most people know, it was a difficult transition from the college lifestyle to medical school. It was a lot of studying, a lot of long hours, a lot of sleepless nights, and it was a little bit difficult to get people to do things outside of studying. Mm-hmm. And I said to myself, we can't get carried away with first, the priority here, is study, get your grades, graduate and all that. But I think within those moments, we still need to do what we still need to do what we think dearly of.
Right.
And for me, I'm very passionate about serving the community. I'm very passionate about really how would I say it? Putting up, letting people know, different cultures. Letting people. Just really putting different things out there, putting up events that will showcase different cultures, putting up events that would kind of bring people together. SNMA was an avenue for me to do that in medical school. By the time I got to 2nd year, I became the president of the Student National Medical Association, SNMA, and one of my missions was to really enlighten people, about diversity. Really, at the same time, the school brought on Clint to help us, with the diversity program. So, I really appreciate, all the supporters, well, to make things really work in Kirksville. My mission then was to really, put diversity out there, both in the school and in the Kirksville community. Came up with different events. The biggest one, which we did, was the cultural diffusion event. That was the first time ever we ever did that. So what we did was we showcased different events like a fashion show, showcasing fashion from all different countries. We put up skits and we put up dance shows, and we actually invited some cultural groups from Truman State University. Mm-hmm. Since I went there, it was very easy for me to get some connections, and we had like Vietnamese shows, Japanese shows. We had an African student dance. We had we had so many just cultural performances. Mm-hmm. And we actually had a record attendance as well, and it was a really good show. And at the end of the year, we won the most outstanding organization award. So which just I guess celebrated all our hard work. But as the year also went by, I made sure to involve members of the group, and also reach out to people outside SNMA.
Right, right.
We did other programs like the global quizzing events, which we had students in campus, actually volunteer to bring food and cook food,
right.
And which everyone on campus was able to come and taste for a very small fee. We worked closely with some organizations in Kirksville. One of the ones we worked with was in La Plata, where we usually we went to donate canned foods, like once a semester.
Right.
We also worked with the Hungers Banquet. We worked with the National Primary Care Week. And we actually worked with the Milan's Health Fair. Milan is a small community just about 30-40 minutes outside of Kirksville, with a big Latino population. And we really helped to set up the health fair in conjunction with a lot of other organizations on campus. We had a diversity week as well, where we had like workshops that talked on racism, on race disparities and equities and all that. So, I mean, we were able to establish a presence in Kirksville, and that was something I enjoyed doing. It definitely took a lot of time.
Yeah.
Out of your busy medical schedule, but it was something I was passionate about, and it was something, and I'm glad it all worked out.
Right.
I mean, I couldn't have done it without the help of a very good executive board.
Right.
So I'm glad things worked out the way they did.
And that is indicative of the life in Kirksville, the life on the Kirksville campus, is that it exudes life in general. Life is what you make of it. So is medical school. Babajide is a living testament that medical school can be a profound experience in many ways. Doesn't just have to be the academic realm. So if you put the work in, good things will come out. And I applaud you for all that you've done on the Kirksville campus, and making it as much a destination place as any other campus across the country. So when people see Kirksville and look up the stats, they will hopefully look more into these kinds of events and activities to see that this too can be a destination place for them. And if you are of the mind where you don't want to have that more small urban experience, we have a campus in Mesa, Arizona, which is a large metropolitan campus. We have medical, dental, allied health professions, and we have an online presence. So we have just about all that anyone might want in the graduate health professions realm. Learn more about AT Still University, www.atsu.edu/diversity. Look us up on our website, follow fantastic students, fantastic doctors of Babajide, and they will certainly, if you have any questions, be made available to speak to them directly. So thank you so much for taking time out of this busy conference, and first of all, being the person that you are.
Thank you.
We appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks again for paying attention to this webinar series, Getting There. Diversity is more than here at ATSU. We want you to be a part of the hope that you want to see in the world. Have a great day.